you look at most of the models are very in line with what they've done in the last few years. There's one notable difference in a model called iPhone Air, which is the slimmer version of it, and that's the one I'm most curious about as to whether people are going to go out and buy those or not. The normal phones, you will see the normal upgrade cycle, which is in the US a little less than 3 years or so. People upgrade it, and usually because of battery or physical damage, etc. But the Air is a much slimmer model, and it is replacing the iPhone 16 Plus or the Plus model of the base that they launch.
I was walking past Fifth Ave on my way to the office today, so I passed the Fifth Avenue flagship Apple store, and I already saw a line at 6:50 in the morning.
Nice.
Everyone's waiting outside. Didn't see Tim Cook, but I saw a crowd of people out there clearly ready to go get their iPhone. What is demand looking like, especially as we think about pre-sales, pre-orders?
So there is a slight uptick compared to last year, but to be very honest, it's very difficult to really gauge that because it's possible that Apple's holding supply back just to look at those delivery dates going forward. So it's going to take a little while to see that. I'm kind of, you want to make sure there is no damage to the product or there are no big issues on those ends. Those are the bigger things that we have to see. The second biggest thing is, do we get subsidies from carriers? In the US, that's always the case. So that's really strong right now. We want to find out what happens in China. That's another area because it is, frankly speaking, Apple's biggest growth market. And whatever happens in China dictates, how the year is going to shape up.
So looking at the stock here, Anurag, it's down 3% year to date, obviously trailing the market. But from an April low, it's up 40%.
Yeah.
What's the call out there on this stock right now?
So what happened last year, we were around the same time, the sentiment was really negative on the company. But then what they did was they talked a lot about AI, and we've seen a big run up on the stock over that time period, as you said. Now the question is, what happens to their AI strategy next? It seems to us that they are really looking for partnership with the leading large language providers, including Google, actually, because if you when we have talked ever in the past, our biggest fear was that Google will stop paying them money, or they'll be forced to stop paying that money for the search default. That's no longer the case, at least for the time being. So we are hopeful over the next several months, Apple can go out and do a new deal with the likes of Anthropic or Google or anybody else out there and give the options to people to use some models on their iOS ecosystem.
So when we're looking at the latest phones that came out on Anurag, so they're supposed to be scratch resistant. It's supposed to have a more scratch resistant finish here, but we have iPhone 17 shoppers noticing scratches on the latest models. What's going on there?
Yeah, I heard that news too, but frankly speaking, given the stock reaction today, I can't say statistically how important that is, but that is probably the most important thing we'd be looking for over the weekend, because something like that can dent the buying fever that we see right now, or the pre-orders that we are seeing right now.